皆様こんにちは。本日はこのインサイトエキストラ東京にご参加いただきましてありがとうございます。このようなたくさんの皆さんにお集まりいただいたこと本当に心から感謝しております。またこちらの方にはさまざまなパートナー様もご来場いただいているかというふうに思っております。日頃から私どもの、製品のですね販売に関しまして協業のご支援いただきまして本当にありがとうございます。今日はですね、さまざまな、イベントを皆様の方にご用意をしておりまして、事例のセッションであるとか、それから新しいテクノロジーのご紹介というのを、盛りだくさんにご用意しております。またおかげさまをもちまして私どものビジネスも大きな成長を今遂げています。今期ですね、オールフラッシュの市場において、ローリング4クォーターでの市場ナンバーワンのポジションを、継続して取ることができたということは私にとってすごく大きな喜びとなっております。これからもですね、私どもより、皆様の、いろんな課題に向き合って成長していくということをお約束をするために私はこの場に立っておりますし、この後、社長であるジョージ・クリアンからも新たなお話をたくさんさせていただけるんではないかなというふうに思っております。本日このインサイトエキストラ東京のイベントのために来日をいたしました、CEO のジョージ・クリアンよりNetAppと共に構築するインテリジェンス時代のデータプラットフォームについてということでお話をしたいというふうに思っております。George, please come on the stage.
こんにちは。Good afternoon. Welcome to NetApp Insight Xtra. I am very excited to be back here in Japan with all of you. And before I begin, I want to say thank you. Thank you to you for coming. Thank you to our partners and our sponsors for being here. We are very excited to share with you how we can help you take advantage of NetApp's capabilities to take your enterprise data and transform it into knowledge. You see, at NetApp, we have understood that data is the foundation of knowledge for a long time. And today, we have even more powerful tools, like AI tools, than we have ever had to translate your data, to organize it and use it, to better understand your customers, to better serve your employees, and to make your business ever more successful. We have innovated over 30 years to build this foundation. You know, NetApp has begun our history by enabling teams of knowledge workers to share information, something that we called networked computing and networked file system. The first time that you could actually share data beyond the confines of a single employee's system. Over the years, we have innovated with technologies like bringing together, for the first time, multiple types of data into a single unified storage system and extending those capabilities beyond the boundaries of a data center with the hybrid cloud data fabric. And we have added security and governance and protection and observability and AI ops and a lot of other capabilities to that intelligent data infrastructure. And by doing so, we have made Data ONTAP the world's most trusted, the world's most widely deployed, the world's most intelligent data infrastructure, period. Trust is not something that you can earn easily. Trust is earned over many years of meeting customers' biggest challenges at their most important moments. Like when we worked with the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratories to support nuclear fusion ignition, a massive step towards the world having clean energy. Or when we worked with DreamWorks Animation to create Shrek, the first ever winner of the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature Film. And when we worked with the European Space Agency to chart the Milky Way the galaxy that we are a part of, to map 1 billion new stars. Let's watch the video to hear more of how we worked with them.
3, 2, 1.
It all starts with a dream, right? I was a child that would see every night the wonderful spectacle full of stars. That made me wonder how distant they were, the journey of their light from the stars to my eyes. The European Space Agency is an intergovernmental organization. It has 23 member states and it is devoted to study the space. We have sent missions to planets, we have landed on a comet, we are creating 3D maps of the galaxy, but this is just the beginning. Our science missions produced a lot of data, more and more every year. For example, Gaia has observed 2 billion stars. Euclid will observe 1.5 billion galaxies.
NetApp is one of the most efficient, scalable, and flexible systems we have ever had. In fact, in these 20 years of experience of NetApp, we have never lost a single fight.
NetApp takes cybersecurity seriously. We rely on the NetApp anti-ransomware capability. We are confident that our cybersecurity posture is also improving through the years with the help of NetApp. When I speak about amounts of data, I'm speaking about tens of petabytes. Because of the importance of that data, we call this place the digital library of the universe. We really look to inspire the new generations so that they are the future astronauts, scientists, researchers, engineers. We are already in our path to an intelligent data infrastructure, and the new missions are able to observe a lot more of the universe. For me, this is the most of a major wonder in all this journey, which is just starting.
We are very proud and honored to have worked with these organizations, to have their confidence that in the biggest moments, with these enormously large data sets that need to be analyzed in extremely short periods of time, with zero chance for mistakes or failure, we were able to help them achieve those objectives. So let's talk about how we can build on the trust and the confidence that we have earned to take the next step forward in the era of data-enabled intelligence. We have today the most powerful tools that mankind has ever had to be able to analyze more data than was ever available. This AI moment is also a data moment, and every large consulting firm in the world has promised that you could achieve enormous productivity, annual productivity improvements of $8 trillion. That is 8% almost of the worldwide GDP. And so let's talk about how you can succeed in this era. You see, AI is built on data, and in many of the world's largest organizations, data is built on NetApp. To transform the raw data that is created in your enterprise applications into AI-ready data so that you can use AI tools to analyze that data and turn it into knowledge, you have to go through a series of steps called a data pipeline. So let's talk about what is involved in a data pipeline. First, you need to organize your data. You need to find it. You need to create it in groups that represent the AI projects that you are undertaking. And you need to classify your data so that you can set up for the next step, which is to implement data governance and controls. You need to ensure that the access controls that you have created for your data are carried forward as you transform it into AI-ready data. You need to protect the data, keep it secure, and ensure the privacy of that data. Then you need to create what's called active metadata, which is data about the data. You need to make it active so that It can evolve with the data. You need to enrich it with context, the meaning of the data that it represents, and you need to keep it synchronized as the data changes. Now that you have done these steps, you are ready to transform your data into AI-ready data. This means, for example, taking documents, video, and audio and transforming it into what we call vectorized embeddings. These are, kind of formats of data that large language models can understand and interpret. Once you've done all of these steps with one set of your data, you need to repeat it as the data changes and as you need to update your model. Typically, the way organizations have done it is to bring all of the data, copy it all into a central location. That worked when the data was small and the data was well structured, like in a data warehouse or in a database or coming out of your business processing systems. It works for 15% of a corporation's data. For unstructured data, this centralized model does not work. And our vision for data management is to help you have an architecture that supports the right kind of data operations on the right type of data. So it means traditional data operations, puts and gets retrieval of data on traditional data formats like files, block, and objects. That's how your enterprise applications work. It means metadata operations on canonical data formats so that you can bring together structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data under a common language which has an understanding of the data itself that you are interpreting. And it needs to support Gen AI and agentic AI-driven retrieval operations on embeddings and tokenized data formats. That is what you need to take your enterprise data and transform it into knowledge. Our vision for data management is similar to the centralized approach, but has several important differences. The common theme is that we allow you to create a single unified data model that brings together all of your disparate sources of data, the different types of data, the different locations of your data into a common dictionary or a taxonomy. But unlike centralized processing, it consists of distributed data operations for transforming and enriching your data in place. Rather than copying all of your data so at central location, you execute those data operations in place. You unify all of those data sources under a common federated active metadata fabric that provides you with a coherent, unified, and dynamic view of your data estate, synchronized with the data as it changes, all supported by high-performance, secure, unified data storage and retrieval operations wherever your data is across the hybrid cloud. What this allows you to do is massively simplify that data pipeline that we talked about. The NetApp data platform has many innovations that's already available today, and I will talk to you about them. You have three key elements, as I talked about. Unified data storage, and we will talk about the next set of innovations we are bringing with disaggregated storage to meet the needs of accelerated computing and the era of AI. You have advanced data management services, a suite of software capabilities that allows you to have metadata engines integrated with our operating system, Data ONTAP, as well as the capabilities in software to simplify your AI data pipeline, and intelligent experience, the ability to consume it as a service to have an integrated control plane that allows you to manage your entire data estate under one umbrella. These services working together give us the ability to help you transform your data into knowledge. Let's talk about our strategy, how we are delivering this data platform to you. First, on unified data storage, we'll talk about the next evolution of our system architecture to give you unparalleled speed and scale. Second, we will talk about a new software capability, an intelligent metadata engine that gives you an active view of the data that is resident across your data estate, that is synchronized and kept alive as your data changes. And we will talk about the suite of services, data discovery and classification, data governance, the ability to implement your controls and privacy on your data, and data transformation, taking the data that comes in the raw enterprise data format, file, block, and object, and converting it into canonical data formats so that you can bring the world's most advanced applications directly to your data where it exists. Our platform is not only systems, it is also software and cloud-based services so that you can integrate all these capabilities together. So now that we have given you the building blocks, unified data storage, a data management services suite, and an intelligent metadata engine for your data center, we will also talk about how we are making it unified across the hybrid cloud with a global metadata namespace across the world's leading public clouds so that your hybrid data estate is unified. And we will talk about our direction of having federated controls, a control plane having a set of intelligent data agents for the era of agentic AI that provide data access, context, and summarization that allows you to have your workflow and application agents easily be able to interact with your data. And powering this control plane is a knowledge graph that helps you understand how your data entities are related and to discover the hidden patterns in that data. Essentially doing for your data what Google does for the internet's data. That's right. Doing for your data what Google does for the internet's data. Together, the NetApp data platform delivers a physical, logical representation of your data, and importantly, a unified, semantic, intelligent representation of the data's context. Just like we created the hybrid cloud data fabric that unified your data across all of the places that it existed, we are now creating a unified, intelligent metadata fabric that provides a unified, intelligent, contextual view of your data across wherever you have it. And so we are going beyond storing your data to activating it at enterprise scale. Now let's talk about how you might access those capabilities. We talk about 4 customer imperatives, the projects that our clients are involved in. Data infrastructure modernization. This could be, I've got a data center, I want to modernize it so that it can operate like a cloud. I want to reduce the time it takes to bring new applications to market. I want to reduce the path to production of those applications. Artificial intelligence, like we talked about, speeding up time to value and simplifying your data pipeline. Cloud transformation. You might say, I want to take my data, George, and use the cloud-based AI tools without compromising data sovereignty or data control. And cyber resilience, so that you can protect your data even better at a time of heightened threat. Let's start with data infrastructure modernization. Mission-critical AI demands enterprise-grade resilience and performance. You see, what happens with accelerated computing is that you have multiple parallel processors working together to execute a lot of computational tasks at an accelerated pace. What you need to complement that is a proven enterprise-grade infrastructure with all of the resilience, with all of the security, and with all of the multi-tenancy that operates like a cloud. But you need to scale performance so that you can have, for storage and data persistence, the ability to have multiple processors working in parallel to the GPUs to access data, to retrieve data, so that you can support reasoning models that repeatedly query the data. We have built a solution called disaggregated storage, a capability that combines the world's best operating system, data ONTAP, with the world's most scalable system architecture that gives you for storage what GPUs does for compute and analytics. We introduced at NetApp Insight the AFX, giving you the next set of system capabilities that power the AI-enabled data infrastructure requirements of the future. Let's watch the video.
Meet the enterprise-grade data platform for AI. NetApp AFX is disaggregated storage, purpose-built for the AI-powered enterprise. AFX delivers a massive global namespace with granular, linear scalability and performance equivalent to parallel file systems, but without all the complexity. Powered by proven enterprise-grade ONTAP intelligent data management and integrated real-time ransomware detection, NetApp AFX is the most secure storage on the planet. Unify your data estate with seamless hybrid cloud integration. Instantly and securely bring your data to all the most popular AI models on the world's largest clouds. And that's just the beginning. Your data infrastructure needs to turbocharge your data pipeline. NetApp AI Data Engine accelerates AI outcomes with global data visibility and semantic search, built-in data guardrails, and an efficient, always up-to-date vector database to accelerate your Gen AI and agentic AI workloads. With one end-to-end solution, data teams can optimize AI pipelines and drive faster time to insight. Don't gamble your AI future on unproven solutions. Lead with the trusted name in enterprise data infrastructure. Lead with NetApp.
The NetApp AFX family is available, generally available now, so you can take advantage of it. You see, what we did was built a system architecture that is set up for the era of AI. Massive scale, exabyte scale in a single sys cluster, up to 128 nodes of performance that can access data to complement the largest scale GPU clusters that you can imagine. You know, when we talk about disaggregated storage and high performance storage, generation 1 was a shared nothing architecture with a parallel file system set up for the era of hard drives, where hard drives were the bottleneck, useless in the era of flash. Second era of disaggregated storage were purely about performance, did not consider that you need multi-tenancy, you need data management, and all the features that allows you to operate your AI environment like a cloud. We are delivering generation 3 architectures that combine the best data management, multi-tenancy, and security with the performance and scale that you need for the largest enterprises and AI service providers. Take a chance to learn more about NetApp AFX. Our teams are ready to help you understand our differentiation and benefits. Now let's turn our attention to AI. We talked about cluttered data pipelines. We talked about fractured data silos. We talked about AI infrastructure that's ad hoc, put together in a lab, but not ready to scale for production. And we have worked hard to build solutions to address these problems. We talked about how we would accelerate and simplify and make the AI data pipelines more secure and easier to manage. And we introduced an innovative piece of software called the AI Data Engine. It's a comprehensive AI data service designed to make AI simple, from data ingestion and preparation to data transformation to serve your Gen AI applications. Let's watch the demo. If you see this demo, you will see an up-to-date view of your entire NetApp data estate while seamlessly connecting to any AI model across on-premises and the cloud. Workspaces are how AI teams organize themselves and organize their data into data communities. You see classifiers and guardrails that allow you to propagate your access control mechanisms into the world of AI. And you will see data change detection and synchronization because of our built-in data change engine. And so from data ingestion to preparation to serving Gen AI applications, we radically simplify your entire set of operations. Now, NetApp has a history of working with others to deliver the best solutions in the market. We talked about how the AI data engine is moving NetApp beyond the boundaries of simply protecting your data to actually transforming it and processing it in place so that you can go from data to knowledge. And we're not taking that journey alone. We're working closely with our longtime partner, NVIDIA, on the NetApp data platform, combining innovation from NetApp with innovations from NVIDIA. Let's watch the video of a recent conversation I had with Jensen Huang, CEO of NVIDIA.
Today is such a big day. I'm so happy to be at NetApp Insight. And it's a huge day because we're announcing a revolutionary product at a revolutionary time.
Exactly.
You know, this is, we've been working together now for so long. DGX-1 was the world's first AI supercomputer.
That's exactly.
And it was connected to NetApp.
That's right.
And we use NetApp all over our company. I love the fact that you are multi-cloud and you're a hybrid cloud. With one basic platform, you could manage your storage, you can manage all of your company's data from structure to object to files, multimedia, multimodal data now.
That's right.
Right?
Exactly right.
Today's world is complicated.
That's exactly right.
Insanely complicated. And the vast majority of our data is actually multimedia and multimodal. And so that's got to be 90% of NVIDIA's data is unstructured. And now with NetApp, we can manage that coherently, you know, across all of the clouds and hybrid cloud. And the thing that's really, really exciting is that today we're announcing a dream come true for both of us.
What we're announcing today, bringing our two companies' technologies together, is exactly that. How do you bring accelerated computing technologies and your software stack for AI data platform together with NetApp technologies? So we're really excited. It's groundbreaking. It allows us to bring our mission of helping our clients get knowledge from the vast amount of data that we store for them.
AI is reinventing computing as we know it. And then today, we're reinventing storage through AI for the very first time. And this is such a big deal. I'm excited that it's reinventing both of our companies.
Thank you.
And it's as you know, this is the biggest industrial revolution the world's ever seen. This is complete reset of the computer industry, and it's created a huge opportunity for me. I think it's going to create a huge opportunity for you, and this partnership has been a great joy for me.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us. Our clients will be excited to see much more co-innovation from us going forward. Thank you,
Terrific.
Jensen.
Congratulations on the launch.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. If you want to hear more, a full version of that conversation is at the NetApp YouTube channel. As you've heard, when hype is really loud, NetApp is working quietly to enable real solutions with industry leaders to help you succeed. Now, we talked about the different steps that you need to take to be ready for agentic AI. And we talked about how we are unifying your data, embedding cyber resilience, making your data AI ready with the AI data engine. We talked about how the AFX sets you up with an infrastructure that scales with the need of accelerated computing and allows you to deliver outcomes very quickly. All of that, you might say, is great for your data center. You might say, listen, my data estate is spread across the cloud. So now let's talk about the work we're doing to enable a hybrid data estate. All of this intelligence going from your data center, now available in the world's leading clouds. Cloud transformation is well underway for people who want to take advantage of all of the innovation and flexibility that the cloud offers. And today, we announced at NetApp Insight the availability of several important capabilities. Let me highlight them. First, block storage capabilities available in Google Cloud NetApp Volumes, giving you the world's best multi-protocol data storage environment in all of the Google data centers. This allows you to take advantage of the Google Cloud for applications like virtualization, self-managed databases, and for your AI workloads. We also announced another big announcement, which is two key technologies, SnapMirror and FlexCache, which have been supported in Amazon Web Services, now available in Google Cloud and in Azure NetApp Files. This helps us realize our vision of a global hybrid cloud namespace that gives you the ability to unify your entire data estate across all of the clouds under one namespace. Nobody in the world is able to do that. Nobody else. And so let's talk about FlexCache, how powerful it is. You can link together the same volume across multiple clouds. You could say, hey, listen, I want to take this data and use it in Amazon, Microsoft, and Google. And you can do that today. You can simply put a file in any volume, and because of FlexCache, it automatically shows up in the cloud of your choice or all of the clouds of your choice. And because we aren't copying the files until it's actually needed, it's highly optimized. And every one of these locations where you have your data is not only readable, but it's also writable. This gives you enormous flexibility. It gives you the ability to build a global data namespace. It gives you the ability to have control of your data in your data center and the ability to use the innovation on the public cloud so that you can meet the needs of data sovereignty. Several of our European customers are already trialing this so that they can meet the requirements of the European regulations. And we do all of this with native cloud file systems, no appliances, no gateways, no complexity. Your data synchronized in every place you want it, readable and writable at exactly the same time under one common metadata fabric, one common namespace. Nobody else in the world can do that. And now let's talk about the last and perhaps the most important one, cyber resilience. It is an imperative that every business leader, every board, and every CIO faces. Models memorize, but if data is compromised, models generate malicious output. Our platform is proactive about built-in data security and protection. We have, for a year plus, made autonomous ransomware protection available not only for file data, but for block storage. And to do it with extremely high capability, 99% plus active detection and precision in terms of recall. At Insight, we introduced several new capabilities for cyber resilience. We introduced the NetApp Ransomware Resilience Service that allows you to detect, protect, and recover your data under one common control plane so that you can do it in a very, very short period of time. We also introduced 2 new features for ransomware resilience: data breach discovery. One of the things that attackers do is often remove your data, exfiltrate your data before they modify it and encrypt it. What this gives them is the ability to now charge you twice. One, to remove the encryption of your data, and the second is to give you back your data from the dark web. Data breach discovery from NetApp allows you to detect anomalous access and to block it or notify the administrator in virtually real time. Applications that try to do this can tell you about the problem you have, but have no way to enforce and protect you against it. We give you the ability not only to discover, but to actually have control and enforcement. And we created what's called a clean room, an isolated recovery environment where you can ensure that the tamper-proof copies of data that you are trying to recover from are free of malware and the right copy to recover back to the business process, business continuity state that you were in. We analyze malware, we remove it, and provided a guided process to ensure clean data back into production. For the Japanese market, we are excited to make these capabilities, ransomware resilience as a service, data breach detection, isolated recovery resilience, all of that free until April 24th. So take advantage, work with our teams to implement these capabilities in your environment. Let me summarize. AI creates opportunity, but it's contingent on your data. The traditional methods of data management that copy all of the data into a centralized environment are no longer suitable. Your data is spread in a lot of places. The volume and complexity of data, especially unstructured data, is very high. And unstructured data does not have a data schema. You got to generate one so that you can have meaning and context. And AI's success relies on a unified data platform built on high-performance, scalable, secure data infrastructure storage with an active, federated metadata fabric across all of the places that you have your data, and AI readiness embedded at the core so that you can go from raw data to AI-ready data quickly so that you can transform your data into knowledge. That knowledge that transforms your business. Because what we're talking about today is not just a technology evolution or revolution. It's the ability to unlock the potential of your organization, your data, your talent, and your business system so that you can achieve what you've always wanted to achieve. Intelligent data infrastructure is not about where the data sits. It's about how it moves. It's about how it's managed. It's about how it's transformed and activated to drive the outcomes that matter. Outcomes that don't come from systems and technology alone, but from teams who are pushing what's possible, enabled by the capabilities that data offers and knowledge. And that's why NetApp's legacy matters. Not as history, but as we talked about, proven results, confidence that you can count on us to meet the moments that matter. A 30-year track record of innovation, modernization, efficiency, resilience through every era of change so that you can unlock the power of your data, because when data becomes intelligent, something bigger happens. We unleash genius, not ours, but yours.
Finding a spark to blaze a trail. Pushing the limit to achieve the impossible. Igniting brilliance to break through boundaries. When you tap into the full power of your data, you command the future you create. That's genius. It's what inspires us to make data infrastructure intelligent, so you can work smarter, move faster, and think bigger. We're not interested in hype. We're focused on helping you bring your vision to life. Because nothing should stand in between your data and extraordinary outcomes. Unleash genius.